join two carboxylic acid, I am going to have a structure like this. This is called as acid anhydride. This one, if I want to club it, and I am getting it like this, dash COOC. I can write it like this also. It is this way. I am writing down the name here itself. Whenever there is an acid chloride, now whatever names are there, in general the names, whatever names are there, the names also, from this name the slight changes. For example, I am starting with acid chloride. In acid chloride, I am just changing the last two alphabet. I am just removing the IC and I am putting here as YL and the word chloride. In your syllabus, you have got only COCl, not the other halogens. So here, I am just removing the last two alphabet. It is a derivative. So similarly, from the name also, it will be like that. So this part goes as alkanoyl chloride. Now try to think what will be the name. I am just putting here a CH3 group, alkanoyl chloride. How many carbon atom? 2 carbon atom. 2 carbon atom alkane is what? Ethane. So the name goes as ethanoyl chloride. Similarly, if the name of ethanoic acid is acetic acid, like how ethanoic acid has turned out to be ethanoyl chloride, acetic acid is going to turn out to be acetyl chloride. We will be using many times acetyl chloride, and hence I am telling you, you have also used acetyl chloride in the 11th standard. I hope you remember this. Do you remember where did you use acetyl chloride? One of the naming reaction, Friedel-Crafts acylation. There you have used the word acetyl chloride. I have given here the one of the name as alkanoyl chloride. And now next I am coming to esters. Now in esters, I have got a single bond here, I have got a single bond here. There are two names here. This part is alkyl alkanoate. Whatever functional groups are there in your syllabus, there are only two functional groups where you are going to use 2 times alkyl. One is ether, where you use the word as alkoxy alkane. Esters also I am using twice, alkyl alkanoate. Remaining everywhere, it is only towards the end of the alkane only there is a change. This part you should be very, very careful. CBSE is generally asking questions from that, because the students are getting confused always. And the ethers and esters, you should be always very, very careful. Now what part is alkyl, what part is alkanoate? I am just showing it here. I am putting here a circle. I am telling this part goes as this part is going as alkyl, and whatever is this part, see this part is the actual acid. What I have done here, I have just removed the hydrogen. So in place of hydrogen, whatever group is there, that part turns out to be alkyl, and remaining entire part turns out to be alkanoate. If this is the case, how do I give the name? I am splitting one of the compound. I have written it like this. See the structure and tell me first, this has come from which acid? Now for acid, should I see from this side or I have to see from this side? This part is, you should be very, very careful. Whether it is a derivative of methanoic acid or it is a derivative of ethanoic acid. You must always remember that carboxylic acid is C double bond O. It is not starting from OC double bond O. This part you should be very, very careful. A common mistake where the student makes. The problem is this alkanoate part, whether I am going to write this part as methanoate or I am going to write this part as ethanoate. 2 carbon atom is the acid, so it is ethanoate, 1 carbon atom is alkyl, and hence the name goes here as alkyl part goes as methyl ethanoate. Here when I use the word as amide, that is a simple word. Here the word goes as alkanamide, like how I have told you for amines, like that alkanamide. So if I just put here CH3, so 2 carbon atom ethane, ethanamide. I hope this part is clear. Only that much part you should be very careful. Ethanamine when to use, ethanamide when to use. It's only that N alphabet and the D alphabet. This part you should be very, very careful. I am coming to the last one, anhydride, acid anhydride, whatever is the acid. So that name of the acid followed by the word anhydride. One of the example, I am just writing it here. I am just putting it like this. I have drawn here a structure like this. Now here if I take like this is 2 carbon atom acid. 2 carbon acid is ethanoic acid. 2 carbon atom ethanoic, and thus the name of the compound goes as ethanoic anhydride. And suppose the structure is like this. I have got something like this, CH3, CH2. Now here when I am telling you for the acid anhydride, what I have written it like this. If I stretch it up the chain, I can write it this way. I am telling one of the example, ethanoic anhydride, I have told you the example. Like here I have got 2 carbon atom, ethanoic acid, here also 2 carbon atom ethanoic. So the name goes as ethanoic anhydride. Suppose the structure given in the question paper is like this. I have got 2 different acids. 2 carbon atom is ethanoic, 3 carbon atom is propanoic. Now the doubt is, should I write down the name ethanoic anhydride or should I write down the word as propanoic anhydride? Whenever 2 different acids are involved, write down both the acids, alphabetical order. So ethanoic, propanoic, gap, anhydride. I hope it is clear. And so these are the 4 derivatives of carboxylic acid. Slight changes, some slight change in the name also. I hope I have completed all the functional whatever is there in the syllabus. You would have understood, and in each lesson, in the beginning there is a tabular column where you have got both the common name as well as the IPC names written. I want everyone to go through this part. You should remember common names are also trivial names, and try to solve both the structures as well as the name from the question paper. Thank you.